tonight, all of us at Sports Channel America stand and congratulate the Pittsburgh Penguins, the 1991 Stanley Cup champions, as Joey Mullen, with a couple of goals, tested Casey once more. And there's 15 seconds, all that's left. Marty Roberts. Made it away from Kevin Stevens. It's all over. Congratulating Bob Gainey, the rest of the Minnesota coaching staff, as his team celebrates. Bob Johnson becomes only the second American coach in the history of the NHL to win a Stanley Cup. Here it comes now. The Conn Smythe Trophy winner is that man, number 66, Mario Lemieux. Most valuable player in the Stanley Cup playoffs. You could put up a case for Barrasso, you could put up a case for several others, but Mario, who missed so much of the season, was put back. And when he did return, his team went only 6-9-1 in his first 16 games back. And all the North Stars can do is wait for the celebration to win. I referred to the Sports Illustrated story earlier. Norman Green has brought this city, his team so far, Twin Cities, I should say. And the frustration showing on the face of Shane Sherla. Ryan Bellows, so much was expected of him, didn't get a goal in the Stanley Cup Finals. In fact, went 8 games without one. Ah, that's nice. The coach and the superstar. Bob Johnson hired last June, as was Scotty Bowman. Craig Patrick had taken some time. The general manager said he wanted to think it over and decide about a coach. We got a good one. Here's the traditional handshake. Ryan Trottier will get his name on the cup for the 5th time. Mario for the 1st. Larry Murphy, who played here for a couple of seasons, he and number 32, Taglianetti. And the handshake continues. John Davidson.
I've got the head coach, Bob Johnson. Congratulations, Coach. How does it feel?
Oh, wonderful. The great feeling, a night to remember, you know, and the guys got their names on that cup. It's engraved forever. And we told them that before the game. We wanted that name to cover.
What was your feeling, Bob?
Thank you, buddy.
What was the feeling going into the season?
Hey, it's a long time, like 10 years ago. Good series, buddy. Good series. Long series, and I'm so proud of our guys, you know. They didn't even make the playoffs last year. They won the Stanley Cup, you know.
You said going in that Tom Barrasso was the key.
Oh, yeah. You got to win it with a good goaltender. Good job. You got to have great goaltending if you're going to win. Barrasso came in tonight, and the way he played was just tremendous. But all our guys, I mean, Trottier and Mullen, and for Mario Lemieux, what a great opportunity.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you. Thank you, kindly.
There is Tommy Barrasso recording the shutout tonight in an 8-0 victory. We said at the outset, so many of the critics saying that for the Penguins to have a chance, he would have to come up and play the way he did in his rookie season. He did that and more. They got Paul Coffey back. Sure, he only played in the power play, but he was a factor. Minnesota had to be conscious of him at all times. Kevin Stevens, what a series he had. Mark Bureau came over here in a trade with Calgary. And there's Mark Recchi, number 8, just in behind Kevin. So as the handshake continues, let's again join John Davidson.
Right now. How does it feel?
Feels great. I think anytime you win a Stanley Cup, whether you win 4 or first, we're all great.
For the younger players?
It's just great to look in everybody's eyes. Randy Gillen, Kevin Stevens, guys like that. Mark Recchi is fantastic.
How's your health, Paul?
Good. Jaws, I got a little summer to heal, and now I feel fantastic.
Congratulations.
3 Stanley Cups with the Edmonton Oilers. His name on the cup for the 4th time now as a Pittsburgh Penguin for Paul Coffey. Mark Ginordi being congratulated by the Penguin coach, Bob Johnson. And over 167,000 people paid to see the Stanley Cup playoffs this spring for the North Stars in this building. Now the crowd informed that Mario is the Conn Smythe Trophy winner. Randy Hillier, who you just had a look at. The big guy is John Welday, the strength coach for the Penguins. And some of the players who didn't play are out there. John Davidson.
Thanks, Jigs. I've got John Casey. John, it's a very, very empty feeling, but congratulations to you on a great playoff.
Thank you. It was a frustrating series, this last series. They played very well defensively. Pittsburgh did. They had a great game, a great series against us, and I got to thank our guys for the effort they put forth this series and the series that we played, and hopefully it'll come out better next time.
You think you might have some Mario Lemieux nightmares?
Mario, he played very well against us, especially against me. The breakaways pretty much owned me. I tried to back up a little bit more in the last one, and he still put it in. So,
from an old goaltender to a great young one, good luck to you. You've got a great future. Well done.
Thanks, John.
Okay, Jigs.
And JD, there it is. What they play for, as we said, when training camp began shortly after Labor Day till this Memorial Day weekend. 24 games for the Pittsburgh Penguins to win it. That's more than it's taken any team since the format changed in 1987. Edmonton needed 22 games in 1990, 18 in 88, 21 in 87, and Pittsburgh behind Captain Mario Lemieux to be presented the Stanley Cup by NHL President John Ziegler.
Champions, the Pittsburgh Penguins.
That endured a shutdown by Internal Revenue. The death of the Penguin, their mascot, dying of pneumonia. They endured 6 owners during a stretch of 12 years. 16 losing seasons in their first 20 years of existence. In their first 22 years, 13 times they missed the playoffs. I mentioned the blue and white uniforms earlier, but tonight, just 2 weeks shy of the 24th anniversary, they have laid claim to Lord Stanley's Cup. Each and every player with an opportunity to hold it. That's Joey Mullen. Evan Stevens.
Fucking right, boy!
And Mark Recchi will get his hands on it next. And the wives and families of the Penguins celebrate, as I'm sure everybody does, throughout the city of Pittsburgh tonight. And the whole state of Pennsylvania and the National Hockey League has to be proud of this team. Said they couldn't do it. Proven a lot of us wrong. Mentioned Tom Barrasso, how he had to win a big game. Well, he won big games, and tonight he blanked the Minnesota North Stars. The Stars ended up with 39 shots on goal, and this guy is a kid, 34-year-old Brian Trottier. Yeah, let it hang up, let it go. All the emotions. Why not? Who would have thought that he'd have a chance to play for the Cup after the Islanders released him last 4th of July weekend? Only 16 days later, the Penguins signed him. A few years prior to that, they'd acquired Paul Coffey. And there's Steve Lattin, the equipment manager. Oh, how he has waited for this moment. He told me this afternoon that when the Detroit Pistons lost afternoon games in the NBA playoffs, the Penguins won those games played at night. They did it again. And Jimmy Pack, who got his first NHL goal tonight. He's been a winner throughout his career, and now he gets his name on the Stanley Cup. For the 3rd year in a row, the Cup is won on the road. Werner Jagr, 19 years of age. And like Peter Angelo was there a moment ago. There's the Boston boy, Paul Stanton, handing it off. Gilbert Delorme, now Troy Loney. One of the great moments is still to come for this team, flying home tonight. They'll have a few private moments with that cup on their airplane. That's maybe one of the joys of having won this thing on the road, the private moments. And there'll be more stories about where the cup has been and what it has done. Craig Patrick, his arm around Mark Recchi, joins not only his father, but his grandfather, with his name now to be stamped on the Stanley Cup. They won the division, named the Patrick Division. Then they won the Prince of Wales Conference, and now they've won the big one. And they'll pose for the team picture. Doesn't get any better than this. "60 years of age, Bob Johnson, 9 grandchildren, 5 grown children. His 28-year-old daughter, Diane, lives in the state home for the mentally retarded in Union Grove, Wisconsin, has since she was 7 years of age. The Stanley Cup was not nearly as important as Diane. And the big guy, Mario. Now he's out from under the shadows. He's a winner. The final score, in case you've forgotten, the Pittsburgh Penguins 8, the Minnesota North Stars nothing. And the Penguins win the Stanley Cup in 6 games. We pause now for a regional break.
There's so many guys in this hockey club that did a great job. I think of Tommy Barrasso, Kevin Stevens, Mark Recchi, so I'm going to share this trophy with these guys.
I don't think that, at least I didn't think, there was any higher plane that you could take your game to, but I think in Game 4 of this series it seemed to us that you did it.
Well, it was a big game at the time, and I was coming back from a back injury, and the series was 2-1, so it was a big game, and came back and played a strong game.
Well, one other adjective that we hadn't used before to describe you is feisty. You turned ornery in this series, too.
Well, I think I had to at some occasion. They were taking shots at me, and I had to respond in a nice way. But it was a tough series. They played hard, and we had to be a little more physical.
One last question. Are you feeling any pain right now?
No. Like I said before, I got all summer to rest, so the back is no problem.
Bill Clement is down with some of your teammates. Let's join him for part of the celebration right now.
The first guy that came into the locker room was Tom Barrasso. He took 5 bottles of champagne, filled up the Stanley Cup, and started passing it around. Your thoughts right now, Tom?
Well, professionally, by far the happiest day of my career. It's been a long, hard 2 years for me and my family. I never thought I'd be able to get back this far, and to be part of a winner for the first time in my career is just a terrific feeling.
Kind of a personal triumph given the difficulties that you've had with your family and the illness with your daughter. You've had so many personal problems to overcome as well. I would think that might add to the feeling of triumph here.
Well, I think anybody who's faced adversity in their life away from profession, it really brings a special meaning to things when you can get back on top of your entire life. I think that's where we're pretty much at with my family, my career, and I'm very happy to be part of the team right now.
We're going to let you turn around. Bob Johnson has requested a minute here to talk to his guys. We actually jumped the gun, so we're going to let Tom go. Thanks very much, but Bob Johnson wants to address his guys for a second here, and we'll wait till Bob's finished. 2 years ago, just about to the day, Joe Mullen, I stood on a platform like this with you. You were a member of the Calgary Flames, and you won a Stanley Cup. How did it feel to put this hat on this time?
Oh, it feels great, just as good as the first one, and we're just glad that we got a chance to put it away tonight, and we got the job done.
Did you have anything to prove to anybody since the Calgary Flames basically, it was a trade, but they let you go here to Pittsburgh for a new start. Did you want to prove anything to anybody?
Not really. I left on good terms in Calgary, and Cliff Fletcher was great to me. I have no complaints whatsoever with the Calgary organization. But I was just glad that I came and did a good job for Pittsburgh.
Fabulous effort by your line tonight. Was it important that your line produced in this series as well?
I think so. I think we had to take some pressure off of Mario's line. And in order to do that, we had to get Kevin going and Ronnie and myself going. I think we succeeded in doing that in this series.
Well, you sure did. Anybody you'd like to say hello to anywhere in the world that's watching before we let you go?
Definitely my mom, my brother and sister in Pittsburgh, and all my kids are in Pittsburgh, and I love them all.
Great. He did it again, Mom. He won another Stanley Cup. Joe Mullen, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks. Let's join Mike Emmerich.
I think the marvel of all of this is that Bill Clement has been in that locker room for 5 minutes and he's still dry.
Can't believe it. That's a difficult assignment. Of course, it's also difficult down at the other end of the hall, too, where this Minnesota team had played so well early on, then the wheels fall off, Mike.
Yeah, John Davidson is at that Minnesota locker room right now. Let's join John.
Thank you very much, Mike. I've got head coach Bob Gainey. What did you tell your players after the game?
Well, I congratulated our players on the playoff series that they had. We've had some great performances out of a lot of people, and we've had a lot of exciting nights. It's been a great journey. It's been a terrific 6 or 7 weeks for all our players and our team, and we would have loved to have gone on and put the roof on the house, but I feel sincerely that Pittsburgh's is a true champion. They beat us 3 games in a row and with different kinds of circumstances, and we salute them.
How disappointing is it to come this far, then lose the last game so one-sided?
Well, I don't know about the score in the last game. I really think that the game was over probably in the first period when we weren't able to regain a lead and regain some composure and some stability to our game. I've been with teams, and I've seen teams that once they break hard and jagged, and that's what happened to our club tonight.
Your first year as a coach in this league, what was the best and greatest learning experience for yourself?
Well, I've learned so many things. The best thing would be, I think, not to tinker with things too much. There's a real desire to change things and work things around, and our success has come by letting the players work their own game and getting things the way they need it and what they have to do and taking the responsibility.
Thanks, Coach. It's been a good run for you. Congratulations on a good run. You've always carried yourself with a lot of class. Good luck to you and your family.
Thank you, JD.
Okay, Mike.
When you have skill in coaching, that's one thing, but when you have skill and character, the wonderful combination that Bob Gainey does, that's a rare thing indeed.
It really is. And, Mike, the unfortunate thing now for Bob Gainey is he mentioned tinkering, and there will be tinkering done. As early as Thursday of this coming week, some of the players that he's coached, that he's come to rely on, will no longer be Minnesota North Stars.
Yes, and we'll be watching for that news. Thursday in Pittsburgh, they'll probably still be cleaning up from the parade. He's wet now, we understand. Let's go back to Bill Clement.
Way to go, guys. Way to put the curse on me. Got Ron Francis alongside. Does it seem like about a year ago you remember the Hartford Whalers? Boy, did you land in the right place at the right time.
There's a lot of adversity over the course of the season, but, when you look at the trade, it seems like a long time ago, and this is a heck of a way to end the season. It's just unbelievable.
Tell me about the series. Was there a turning point? It seemed like bingo. At one point, the whole thing turned around in your favor.
Well, I think, we really had to come out. We knew we had to win big Game 4, and we did that. And to credit to the guys in this locker, it seemed every time there was a big game that needed to be won, we stepped up and did it, and just a great feeling.
Tell me a little bit about your future. You're going to be a free agent this summer. Is your idea to stay with the Penguins, or are you going to be out there exploring the free agent market?
Well, hopefully we can come to terms with the Penguins, but we're not even going to worry about now. We're going to enjoy this for a long time first.
Go ahead and enjoy. Ron Francis, congratulations. Thanks very much. Troy, can you step in here and say hey for a second? Troy Loney's marching in, a guy that's been with the Penguins for enough years to see the good, the bad, and the ugly, but it was really the ugly and the bad, and now the good. Did you ever think it would turn around? You spent a lot of years on losing teams.
You always thought you could do it, but oh man, until I saw the team we had this year, we couldn't have done it in the past.
Yes!
Is the feeling now anything like you thought it would be?
It's really, I don't know, you just can't, everything's going around, everyone's yelling, to see that cup and all the names on there, it's a childhood dream come true, this is for sure.
Troy, enjoy it, congratulations. Bob Aries here in between, and we'll let you squeeze through, I guess, Troy, you're trying to get over to another spot. Hey, Bob, does this mean that Don and Louise get to come to all of the games of your mom and dad in Pittsburgh?
I hope they're watching right now. I don't know where they're watching, but this is unbelievable, you guys. For everybody who stuck with us, I just want to say thanks. This is the best feeling you could ever imagine. Beyond belief. I'm telling you, I can't believe it. I still can't believe it.
What do you think the Pittsburgh fans are thinking right now? There are a lot of people back there that supported you guys through the lean.
I can't wait to see you guys when we get back. Yes! Yes, we'll see ya! Woo! Yes, we're number one.
You bet you are.
Yes.
Gordy Roberts has had to wait a heck of a long time. Congratulations, Gord. I mean, 16 years as a pro, and this is your third championship round. You had one with the World Hockey Association, then one in '81 with the North Stars. Did you start to think at one point that it might never happen?
The way I played last year, I didn't think it was going to happen at all. I thought it was going to be in the senior league, and I'm definitely enjoying the moment right now. I want to say hello to my family out there that's around on Sports Channel. I appreciate this. It's not only individual, but you can enjoy it as a family, and it's great.
We appreciate that, too. Let me ask you something. A lot of people thought that at one point taking the lead might have been too big a lead, and some North Stars fans said, boy, we got him right where we want him now, but it didn't happen that way tonight.
Well, I think what we said earlier, I mean, we get ahead 4, make it 7, make it 8, and that's what we did tonight. And just like in golf, I mean, if you can shoot a 64, shoot a 64.
Gord, congratulations. Nice to see it happen.
Thanks, Billy.
Let's join Mike Emmerich again.
All right, Gordy Roberts, one of the very changeable defense corps on the Pittsburgh team. Of the guys who played in Game 1, all 6 defensemen weren't even with these Penguins at this time last year. I'm excited, too. This is the way the Penguins were in their excitement as the clinch took place. The Penguins, the 1991 Stanley Cup champions. Our coverage not nearly over yet. Stay with us for more of the celebrating and observation.